Okay, my dear students, in the previous video we will discuss about the basic introduction regarding to the web technologies. In that you have to discuss the what is HTML, what is body, so what is the structure of HTML. These are all we will discussing about that. So today's class we will discuss the core elements of our HTML. Before going to our class, just we will see the sample web page. For that purpose, I have to use the one editor. So that is Notepad++. So in the Notepad++, I have to use one document. So for that purpose, if you want to create any HTML page, then you have to follow our HTML structure. Just open the HTML and close the HTML tag. In between, we have to write our sections. So first section is head section. In the head section, you have to mention the title as one tag. So in the title, so I have to mention this is my web page. Okay. So and after that, closing the title. So closing the head part and open the body. So what is the purpose of body? So whatever the code, so that to be whatever the data that to be displayed on our main page, that can be right in between our open and closing of the body section. So for that purpose I have used the some tags h1. So welcome to CSC, and then I am using the paragraph tag. So this is my first web technology class. Okay, so closing the P, then body is closed and then HTML closed. Already I have to say that. So if any HTML page can be displayed on our web browser, that page should be saved in our .html format. Okay, my page .html extension should be like this, and save as type hypertext markup language. So everyone should verify these two: file name as an extension of .html and then save as type hypertext markup language. Then here save. So once you save that, our page will be created here, my page. So just right click on this, then open with Google Chrome. So just see this. Okay, this is my first page. So that can be defined in our head section. So that means in the between title, I had to define title CSC, and then this is okay. So this is our page. So this is my web page. So that can be defined in our head section. In the body section, we have to define welcome to CSC, and this is my first web technology class. So that can be displayed here. So this is the title, this is web page, and then welcome to CSC, and this is my first web technology class. Okay, this is the sample HTML page. Okay, in the previous classes we have to see the more web pages. So now today I will explain our today's concept. Okay, that is core elements. So in the what is today's objectives: HTML tags, HTML elements, HTML attributes, core elements, and then some basic tags. So what is HTML tags? So HTML tag, so formatting is specified using a tag. A tag is format in the name surrounded by angle bracket. Whatever the tag that should be surrounded, that can be defined with open and close, with the angle bracket. If you define HTML, so it should followed by angle bracket. So if any tag is ended, you should have to use the slash. For example, if you open the HTML, then if you want to close the HTML in after open angle bracket, you have to give the slash. Okay, then HTML. So in that, an HTML elements, an HTML element is everything from the starting tag to ending tag. Like that, So here P is in a paragraph tag from the P to closing of P. So entire. So this is the CSC department. This is an element content. So just see here example. Here I defined the starting tag as an P. In between P, open P and closing P, I had to define that this is an CSC department. So I had this is an element content. Okay. Then next. HTML attributes. So attribute provides any additional information about an element and are always specified in the starting tag. So if you have to observe any web pages like Facebook or anything, for example, if you consider Facebook, some of the information has been displayed on the left side, some of the information has been displayed on the right side. So for that purpose you have to define the attribute corresponding to the tag. For example, I had to display our tag, paragraph tag in the left side. Then you have to define P attribute as an align and then value is in a left. P align left. Then our tag, whatever the content has been defined in that paragraph tag, that should be displayed in our web browser in the left side of the content. Okay, so that is an attributes. So what is attribute? Attribute is providing additional information about an element and are always specified in the starting tag. Some key points. So already in the previous video I had to explain. So HTML tags are not in a case sensitive. We can define either upper letter or small letter, whatever it may be. Okay, here I define head and then head, capital letters of head and first letter as in capital and remaining as in small. So three are equal. So if a browser does not understand any tags, it will be automatically ignore it. White spaces, tabs, new lines, all are ignored by the browser. So already I had discussed about the structure of HTML. Then core elements. So also HTML. So already HTML tags tells the browser that this is an HTML. Whenever you have to define an HTML, then browser automatically identify this is an HTML document. HTML tag is represented in a root of an HTML document. So once you have to create the HTML page, we can define our HTML tag at the top of the page. Then that is considered as a root of HTML document. Then HTML tag is a container for all other HTML elements, because HTML consists of all elements, combination of all these elements to build HTML page. Head. The head element is container for the metadata. So that means already in the previous example we have to discussing about the head. Head is a data about the data that can be placed in the HTML tag and then body tag. Then title. So title is defines a title in the browser toolbar. Already in the previous example I had defined in between head, I had to define the title. So this is my first page that will be displayed in the top of the web page toolbar. So that purpose you have to use the title. For example, if you consider any Facebook, so once you have to open the Facebook web page, then the top of the web browser toolbar displays Facebook login or Facebook sign up. So that is the use of title. Some core elements of body. So body tags, it defines the document's body. So body element contains all the content of HTML such as text, hyperlinks, images, tables, lists, whatever the main data that can be displayed in our web page, that will be placed in our body. So it consists of some attributes and then values. For example, if we display any background image or background color, you have to use like this background BC color. If you want to display any text with the color, then you have to define the text. Okay, some comments. If you want to display, if you don't display the data on our web browser, then the data should be placed in our comments. So that cannot be displayed on our page. That is the purpose of comments. Okay, so this is the entire core elements regarding to our HTML. So just I will explain with the previous example regarding to all the concepts whatever the discussed now. So just now I opened our this is an header part and then title. So for example, this is my web page. For example, if I want to change to CSC, then once you have to CSC, change to CSC, then save it and open our web browser, just refresh it. Our out of the title bar is change. For like this it will be open.